Hello. Number 20. Bowler Hat Guy from the 2007 film Meet the Robinsons.
Oh, goody!
He's not really the villain, the hat is, but he does all the bidding and makes for some of the best comedy in the movie.
Where do I sign? Watch out!
Idiotic, goofy.
Good idea! Separate and look for clues. Look right here! Look what I found! It's a stick! Now what did you find?
And yet so lovable. Bowler Hat Guy. Number 19.
I'm Simba!
From the 2004 film The Incredibles. A severely damaged soul.
My name is not Buddy! And it's not incredible either! That ship has sailed. I only wanted to help. And what did you say to me?
Fly home, buddy. I work alone.
It tore me apart.
And the rejection sent him into a prolonged plot of revenge. Intelligent, twisted, merciless, and in desperate need of therapy.
Brilliant.
Number 18.
They come, eat, they leave. They come, they eat, they leave. They come, eat, they leave.
Hopper, from the 1998 film A Bug's Life.
Let's ride!
Obviously, he's bored. He's a big enough bug to be able to fend for himself, but instead he has tiny little ants do all the dirty work for him.
Let me tell you how things are supposed to work. The ants pick the food, the grasshoppers eat the food.
Deranged and in serious need of some good old-fashioned love. Where's your mommy to give you a hug, Hopper? Was she eaten by a bird?
Squish 'em.
Number 17. Randall Boggs, from the 2001 film Monsters, Inc. Arguably, he's only second fiddle to the true villain in this film, which is Watermoose, but he's still pretty devious himself. Some on the internet try to make him the victim of Watermoose's evil plot. He was not helpless to Watermoose. At any point, he could have walked away, but he wanted respect enough to take Sully out of the picture. There weren't really any YouTube video clips of him that were of decent quality and not dubbed over with music. My sincerest apologies. Number 16.
The magnificent, marvelous Mad Madam Mim.
From the 1963 film Sword in the Stone. How do I describe the marvelous Mad Madam Mim? Don't let her do the talking.
With only a touch, I have the power to wither a flower. I find delight in the gruesome and grim. Black sorcery is my dish of tea. I can make myself uglier yet. Boo! I can be beautiful, lovely, and
Lover of all things dark and demented. Hater of all things wholesome and sweet.
I hate sunshine. I hate horrible, wholesome sunshine.
Number 15.
Cruella de Vil.
From the 1961 film of 101 Dalmatians. Truly unforgiving and self-centered. Her one goal in life?
I live for furs. I worship furs.
And she doesn't care how she gets it.
Poison them, drown them, bash them in the head.
Severely disturbed
You've seen her kind of eyes.
and flat out ruthless. Number 14. Scar from the 1994 film The Lion King. Sophisticated and eloquent. As your typical villain, he wants power.
Life's not fair, is it? You see, I shall never be king.
And he'll kill to get it. So if your name happens to be Mufasa,
Long live the king.
look out! Yet for the most part, he's more of a prissy villain.
Be prepared for sensational news. A shining new era is tiptoeing nearer.
And usually won't get his hands or his paws dirty.
Of course, quid pro quo. You're expected to take certain duties on board.
In fact, once he does gain control of the Pride, he becomes rather whiny.
Simba, I am family.
Number 13. The Evil Queen from 1937 film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. All she wants...
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
Surely she must realize that there's a whole world outside of her kingdom that's bound to produce a few beautiful women as well. So, eliminating Snow White seems kind of pointless. Nonetheless, she dies trying. Being the first true Disney villain to grace the big screen, she is the epitome of all things evil.
Wonderful to mix it well. Thirsty? Have a drink!
Number 12.
I admit that in the past I'd been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch.
She has a high self-image and devious plotting.
She may be the key to Triton's undoing.
And you have to admit, she was pretty cunning in her plan.
If he doesn't, you turn back into a mermaid, and you belong to me.
No. Even to the point of disguising herself to marry a man she couldn't care less about, simply because she wanted to rule the ocean, which is the aquatic equivalent to ruling the world.
Poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need.
And for a nanosecond, she even succeeded.
At last, it's mine.
Until Eric sailed a boat into her side. Okay. How does that kill someone? Did he hit a major artery? Number 11. Jafar. In the 1992 film Aladdin. He's elegant.
How may I be of service to you?
Ruthless, and yet so suave when he's wicked.
Let's have the guards extend him an invitation to the palace, shall we?
While he is a debonair evil, his plan was foiled by a street rat.
You wanted to be a genie? You got it! Everything that goes with it! No! No!
He's supposed to be this magnificent sorcerer. Come on. Instead of killing this annoying street rat who stole your lamp, you banish him?
Salam! Goodbye, see ya! Ex-Prince Ali!
Okay. I think, however, if you had sacrificed him in front of Jasmine and the Sultan, they may have been a little bit more obligated to oblige you.
You will bow to me!
We will never bow to you!
Since by doing such an act, they would know that you were serious. But no, it's Disney, so it's supposed to be whimsical and happy. So they end up making most of the villains rather stupid. Number 10.
From the brain that brought you the Big Ben caper, the head that made headlines in every newspaper.
Voiced by Vincent Price. How much more sinister could you be? Vincent Price is renowned for his voice, and especially his laugh. It's used for many Halloween-typed tracks, and on top of that, many aspire to emulate him. Ratigan is devious, diabolical, and yet so cool while he does it.
Oh, my dear Bartholomew, I'm afraid that you have gone and upset me. You know what happens when someone upsets me.
Number 9. Picard Nolan. Tim Curry's role in the 1993 film Three Musketeers.
I want those musketeers, not excuses.
Same as Vincent Price, Tim Curry has played multiple villainous roles, and he does it because he's good at it. Very, very good at it. And yet another bad guy that's just so cool while being bad. And so elegant, too. He is one of the most perfect actors for villain roles. He and Vincent Price. And they have great sinister voices for it.
1,000 gold pieces on each of their heads for a dead or alive. I prefer dead.
Number 8. The Shadow Man, from the 2009 film The Princess and the Frog.
You'll love that, don't you?
Devious, cunning, and downright conniving. All he wants is money. And in this economy, who doesn't?
I hear you.
The trouble with his plot, though, was that he used a wimp as his pawn. That never ends well, Shadow Man.
Won't you shake a poor sinner's hand?
But he has a great song.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
And his death is also great because of the ominous elements and eerie chorus.
No, I'm not ready at all. I promise I'll pay your back. I promise.
Wow. Number 7. Queen of Hearts from Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland.
Stop that.
Helena Bonham Carter is the female equivalent to both Vincent Price and Tim Curry. She doesn't necessarily play only villains, but she does choose characters that are on a more dark spectrum and perhaps a bit crazy too. But in the 2010 adaptation of Alice, she combines the two, evil and crazy. What a perfect combination for a villain. Number 6. Captain Hook from the 1953 film Peter Pan.
Well, Captain, it's nice to see you smiling again.
He was the original casually sarcastic and yet elegant villain. He set the stage for plenty of imitators. He just wants to get rid of that annoying Peter Pan. And what grown woman could blame him? Because in reality, Peter Pan's childish ways would quickly become annoying and tiresome. So Hook is merely attempting to do females everywhere a huge favor.
I'll get you for this, Pan, if it's the last thing I do.
Now, if he could only conquer his fear of that ticking alligator that took his hand.
No. No!
Number 5. Shere Khan from the 1967 film The Jungle Book. The story is not terrible. It's definitely less annoying than Pinocchio. But I still want to slap the whiny little brat that is Mowgli. Honestly, I wish Shere Khan had ate him.
You don't scare me.
That certainly would have taught him a lesson.
Understand?
Shere Khan perfected the ominous, debonair villainy that many Disney villains after him try to achieve. But he is the original smooth talker, murderous bad guy, and arguably the best.
I'd like a word with you, if you don't mind.
Number 4. Hades, from the 1997 film Hercules.
You know, I haven't been this choked up since I got a hunk of moussaka caught in my throat.
Hades is memorable for his humor.
What are those? You are wearing his merchandise!
Guys, Olympus would be that way.
And his most dastardly of plans. He pushed every Greek myth at Hercules.
I can't believe this guy. I throw everything I've got at him.
And still did not succeed. He was twisted, unkind, even to his minions.
We are worms! Worthless worms!
Memo to me, maim you after my meeting.
But then again, most villains are unkind to their minions. The witty sarcasm that exudes from Hades gives him likability.
Follow the fingers, him! The yacht with the horse! But
Whoa, is my hair out?
And the fact that he wasn't actually killed in the end, more like being flushed down a toilet like underworld excrement.
Get your slimy souls off me! I don't feel so good. I feel a little...
Made his demise kind of humorous. Number 3. Yzma from the 2000 film Emperor's New Groove. Truly dignified and yet so sinister in a delightfully funny way.
Who does that ungrateful little worm think he is? Does he? A little to the left.
Eartha Kitt in the second most memorable role of her career, the first being the original Catwoman from the 1960 Batman TV series. She passed away in 2008. I personally was deeply saddened. But she will forever be remembered through her wonderful work. Thank you, Eartha, for this truly wonderful character.
Then I bet you weren't expecting this. Meow.
Oh, okay.
No one could have done Yzma better than you.
Brilliant, 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 I tell you. Genius, I say. Get them!
Hey, I've been turned into a cow. Can I go home?
You're excused.
Rest in peace. Number 2. Captain Barbossa in the 2003 to 2006 trilogy of Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, I've already mentioned him in a previous list of top 20. He fits in this one as well. So you'll get over my redundancy. Dirty liar, backstabber, and, well, a filthy pirate.
I agreed she'd go free, but it was you who failed to specify when or where.
If anyone could bring a kind of humanity to a villainous mutineer like Barbossa, it's Geoffrey Rush. In the first film, all he had was a desperate longing to be uncursed, feel, taste again.
I feel cold.
By the third, he just wanted his ship back and to continue to ride the seas wherever the wind took him. True, his backstory is that he led the mutiny against Jack Sparrow to have more of the gold to himself and then invariably becoming plagued by the curse of the gold. But he did it with style and grace, I'm sure, as he does everything with style and grace.
Agreed.
Finally, the number 1 top favorite Disney villain of all time, Maleficent, from the 1959 film Sleeping Beauty. She has been a favorite of mine for a long, long time. She is wicked and downright cruel. She captures the prince not to kill him.
Behold, the years roll by. For 100 years. And now, the gates of the dungeon part, and our prince is free to go his way, to wake his love with love's first kiss, and prove that true love conquers all.
Now that is the most perfect kind of torture. Her gown flows and she enters via green fire. Awesome. Her laugh is so malicious. Who else would have thought to murder someone by way of a spinning wheel?
Before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die.
Who, I ask you, who? Now there's a whole list of villains or just jerks that did not make this list. Well, I hope you enjoyed it.
I hope you're satisfied. But if you ain't, don't blame me. You can blame my friend on the other side. Now what you want.
Au revoir. Until next time. Number 5, Captain Hook from the... Oh... Okay, I'll switch them. Oopsies.